welcome back to the second in my series of doing things on a budget. This is the soap making version, and I even fluff my hair a little bit for you so I don't look like quite a hot mess, because I usually look like I'm homeless when I'm hanging around the house. So we're just going to flip you around here, and we will go through a few of the things that I found are great for working on a budget. So bear with me. Alright, so here we go. We are in the soap studio. Now, not everything is going to be budget friendly, but some of the things that I have found, first off, the dollar store is not always the cheapest, but let's just spin right back around. Specifically in Canada, I can buy these little, I don't know what they are. They're probably supposed to be stainless steel, but they're not. They're probably aluminum or something. They are little bowls. They come in a package of 4 at Dollarama, and they cost $4.25, so they're just over $1 a piece. And they're great. They are absolutely amazing for bath bombs. This is my bath bomb area. Let me just zoom out a little bit here, make this a bit easier. So yeah, these are great for bath bombs. They're super light, so I can put them on my scale that is a lot more accurate, that only weighs up to 600 grams, and I can weigh out my oils and my polysorbate and all that kind of stuff in these, and then mix them into my mix. So that's something at the dollar store that I do highly recommend. Something else that I found, and it's actually funny, you should really get a spreadsheet or something like it, and you should figure out per gram what things cost. So what I do is I have a spreadsheet, and I have all of my major ingredients for bath bombs and soaps and lotions and creams, and every once in a while I will price check on the major soap websites that I use, as well as Walmart, Costco, Superstore, and I've actually found that this 100-gram bag of Great Value cream of tartar per gram is way cheaper than ordering in bulk from anywhere. It still works out cheaper because there's no shipping, and yeah. So it's 100 grams, so it's inconvenient. You gotta buy a whole bunch of these little bags, but this is the best price that I can find per gram for cream of tartar. So that is something that I recommend doing. If you are on a budget, you want to look for the best possible price, and every few months you want to price check because prices change all the time. And also, one thing that I found is that for coconut oil, by far the cheapest price for coconut oil is Costco. It is $17.99 right now in Canada at Superstore for the 2300 milliliter jug. And per gram, that is cheaper than buying the biggest barrel that I can find from anywhere, because I don't have to pay shipping and there's no GST. Which, if you are still a small maker and you're not registered for GST and PST, cash flow wise, it makes a lot of sense to avoid paying GST and PST where you can. What else? What else can I share with you? Dollar store, you can buy these squeezy bottles. I would just be careful and try and get one that is going to be pretty good. These cheaper ones, this is my bath bomb mix. I find that putting my titanium dioxide in one of these, it was leaking, so I don't bother doing that anymore. Another thing I find at Costco, cheapest value that I can find, is the isopropyl 99% alcohol. What else? I buy these containers for my in-bed mix at the dollar store as well. I've also been able to buy like little prizes and things. I mean, that stuff I buy on Amazon or AliExpress, that kind of deal. Same with stuff like this. This came from AliExpress. You can also find them on Amazon. And buying things like whisks, definitely the dollar store and Walmart are a really great place to buy that kind of stuff. I buy these trays at the dollar store, and they fit perfectly on my baker's rack. I also highly recommend, if you're looking for budget ideas for your soap studio, this rack was $100 on Marketplace. When you're laying in bed, just hanging out, and you have nothing else better to do, Surf through Marketplace. Just, take a wander through, see what people are selling, because you never know. You may find some really, really great deals. What else? Now this isn't soap related, but bath bomb related. These are ornaments, plastic ornaments that you can buy on Amazon or probably places like Michael's. And they're perfect for setting your bath bomb in and drying them. I will say though that I use broccoli seed oil, or some people recommend dimethicone, but I just have broccoli seed oil and it's cheaper, and I just rub a little bit inside and put my bath bomb in, and they don't stick. Something else, this bowl came from the dollar store. I have 2 of them. And then these plastic containers here, I find them quite flimsy, but I really like them for bath bomb mixing. What else? What else can I share with you that I find a really great deal? Something else that I recommend, especially with places like Michael's. Michael's is ridiculously expensive, but there's always, always, always a coupon. So if you can find a 30% off coupon for like one specific item that you need, or the 40% coupon, once in a blue moon, they will also have a coupon that'll be just like 30% off your whole cart. So I would say sign up for Michael's. They're annoying little texts, and wait until you see one of those coupons, and then you can buy things like molds, you can buy the little wooden boxes, props like flowers and such for your photography. So yeah, keep an eye out for those Michael's coupons. I've also bought these containers, came from the dollar store, and I just cut the label from the packaging, and they even came with a little scoop, so I use those. These little jars came from the grocery store. What else can I share with you that I think is just a super money saving thing? So yeah, looking at the dollar store for items is, something that I recommend. Like I said, not everything from the dollar store is going to be the best price, so you really should shop around. A lot of my spatulas, like this, came from the dollar store. I also have lots of other spatulas and things that I bought on Amazon in large packages. For scooping out, down here I have my palm oil and my shea butter. I have this old ice cream scoop that actually works beautifully for scooping out the shea butter and the any butter that's not too hard, basically. These containers are number 5 polypropylene, I'm pretty sure. It says on the bottom that they're food safe. These came from Amazon. I don't love them. They're not as sturdy as I would like them to be, but let me see. These. If you're in Canada, HomeSense is a gold mine, an absolute gold mine. These are 2-liter number 5 polypropylene jugs, which means they are food safe, chemical safe, heat safe, and they are $5.99 at HomeSense. I probably have, I want to say I have at least 6 of these, and I'm thinking about going back and buying some more because they are amazing. They have markings on the sides for your measurements, and they are exactly what you want for soap making. Number 5 polypropylene is a really safe material to use, and like I said, wander around HomeSense, the bathroom and the kitchen section, and you're gonna find measuring cups, you're gonna find stuff like this, measuring spoons, and the prices are amazing. You're also gonna find molds, and because HomeSense is like the discount store for like the high-end places like the Bay, you're gonna find some really good quality, really nice stuff. And I love these, and like I said, I have at least 6 of them, probably gonna go back and buy more. And because HomeSense always has such random stuff, I go back every month and check, because you might be able to find, your Christmas molds, different holidays and stuff, ice cube molds that you're gonna really want to use for, making soapy embeds and things like that. So that's something I recommend. What else? I do think that the Costco membership is really worth it if you have a Costco nearby. If you have a Costco business center, it's even better, but I do not have a Costco business center. There's not one in British Columbia for reasons I don't understand. But the membership's worth it. Not only do you get like something like 2% off if you also have the Costco MasterCard, which I think is the CIBC MasterCard now, you're also going to get another percentage cash back. So you're looking at somewhere between what, 4 and 5% cash back on your purchases at Costco. So that's a pretty good discount. So you're going to want to buy things like your gloves there. And see this box? This is a box of 75 rags, and I can't remember how much it was, $14 or $17. I love these rags. I like to use as little plastic as I feasibly can in my soap studio. As less plastic, or less disposable plastic, less paper. I like to be as environmentally friendly as I can within reason, because obviously some things are you just can't get around. And I love those rags. I keep the used ones down here in a bin. Those are clean and ready to be reused. And then this bucket here is where I put the dirty rags. And once every week or 2 or 3, I will take that bucket to the washing machine with my towels and my aprons, and I'll wash them, and then I just reuse them over and over and over again. It's amazing. So yeah, that's another thing that I recommend. Instead of spending $10, $20, $30, $40, $50 every month or 2 on paper towels, get these rags. The only thing I still use paper towel for is when I do wax melts, because it's just too hard to get them clean. So now, at some point, if I were to have, say 20 different scents that I do for wax melts, and that's it all year round, then what I would do is I wouldn't even clean these pitchers. I would just leave them, and then I'd put the same color and same fragrance in them over and over again when I make my wax melts. These pitchers, I'm pretty sure I bought 12 of them for $30 on Amazon. It's a really great deal. I just use my heat gun and I wipe them out as much as possible with paper towel, and honestly I don't really wash them. That's just how I do it. So yeah, so those are some of my budget ideas. Oh, another one that I love. Let's see here. Let's get the one out from down here. So these are the Lock and Lock Starfrit containers. They are 2-liter containers. They're also number 5 polypropylene. They have a handle and they have a snap lid, so they're pretty safe. Just gonna turn it around here. And I've written danger lye, so these are for my danger water. And I use these, I have 6 of them, and I use them for mixing up my danger water. And as you can see here on the back, I have one there just waiting to be used. And yeah, that's what I use for my danger water, and they're great. If you can find them, I believe the cheapest I found them is actually at Canadian Tire. So keep an eye on Amazon, but also keep an eye on Canadian Tire, because they might go on sale. And yeah, you can get some safe containers for your danger water. Trying to think if there's anything else. I didn't really plan this out very well. What else can I show you that I think is a real money-saving tool? I also have down here, it's probably hard to see in there, but I have old pots and pans that I use for my soaping and for my lotion making, as a double boiler, that were given to me. And I mean, it's really great. Like, you don't need new stuff, you don't need beautiful stuff, you just need functional stuff for your soap making. What else? Also, if you make dish soap in ramekins, I have some empty ramekins back there. I actually found the really big 12-ounce ones. You can see right there, that large one, that's the 12-ounce one. I actually found them at Canadian Tire for $3 a piece. Ended up having to drive to the next town to pick them up because they didn't have any in stock. But yeah, it's kind of funny. Like, just keep an eye on the discount stores like HomeSense. Places like Canadian Tire have great sales sometimes. Even Superstore. Of course, this is directed mostly at the Canadians, but I know that you US soap makers also have places like this. So yeah, those are some of the things that I recommend. And obviously too, if you can afford to buy in bulk, that's going to be the cheapest way to get your materials. And things like these molds, like I said, on Marketplace, that's where I found, last year, probably this time, I spent $300 and got a massive amount of molds and materials and stuff for my soap making, and it worked out really great. So, oh, now I remember what else I wanted to say. For your essential oils and your fragrance oils, when you're measuring them out, don't use plastic. I know it's cheap, it's not safe. These things can eat right through your plastic and make a big mess. I have these. This would have come from Canadian Tire probably, but Anchor and Anchor Hawking, Fire King, and Pyrex make things like this. This is what I use for my essential oils. But do you know what also works really, really well? Is just picking up, and it has something else in it, mason jars. And you can get them in all kinds of sizes to accommodate what you need them for, and honestly, you can find them used. You can find them at, garage sales and Salvation Army and places like that, and you can find them at the grocery store too. And these make really great tools for measuring out your fragrance oils and your liquids, and they're cheap. Yeah. Oh, and I also have, I don't recommend it for fragrance oils, but your yogurt containers and things. I mean, I just have all of my flavor oils just dropped in that container. And, oh, one more thing. Keep finding new things to tell you. So, we're going to move that. When I first started making soap, I was buying my oils and butters in these 3-kilogram pails. And I believe this is about a gallon. I'm not entirely sure. I'd have to check. Maybe it's bigger. It's probably bigger. I'm not sure. But these are perfect. They are number 2, so they're safe. And I use these for mixing soap. So if I need to do 20 bars of soap, I will mix up my oils in this, and then I'll just stack them in the corner, just like I have that one, with the lid on. And then when I'm ready to make soap, I can just go boom, 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 and make my soap. But yeah, these buckets are the perfect size. And they're, I've been reusing them for a year, and they're great. So like I said, you don't have to spend a lot of money to be a soap maker. You just need to be creative. Now you can see down here, I have a bunch of molds. Sorry, my stick I'm using for my phone is kind of wobbly. Now, you don't even need to buy molds, although I will say these Amazon molds, on Amazon Canada, you can buy 3 for $30, so that makes them $10 a piece. But you can use other things too. If you have the time and patience to wrap your molds with freezer paper, you can use anything as a mold. You don't even have to wrap an old milk container. You can just cut it open and you can pour your soap batter in that and just rip it off at the end, and voila, you have soap. Anything else? Do I have anything else I need to share? You can buy your stick mixer, your stick blender, like I have here. I actually have one that I bought at Superstore. This one, years and years and years ago. And that is the one that I was using for years to make lotions before I started making soap. And it was like $10. And it still works fine. This is the one that I bought from Amazon. It was about $50. That is my favorite one. I don't remember the brand. It is Secor. It is the same one that Ellen Ruth uses, and she is actually the reason I bought it, and I love it. Also, my heat gun from Amazon, which probably cost $10 or $15. And keep in mind, I'm Canadian, so I'm talking in, Canadian dollars. But yeah, I hope that helps someone who is worried about the cost of soap making. I think that it is accessible to anyone, even with the cost of materials right now. You can still find cheaper ways to do things. Like I said, you can buy your olive oil at Walmart, which is still the absolute cheapest place to buy olive oil. You can only buy it in 1 liter bottles, but per gram, it is still cheaper than anywhere else. You can buy your water like I have down here. These bottles are $1.88 at Superstore for 4 liters. You can buy your coconut oil at Costco or even at places like Walmart, but Costco is the cheapest. And I do buy sustainable palm, I buy shea butter, I buy cocoa butter and castor oil. I do buy those from soap suppliers. Try and find a soap supplier as close to you as you can for the cheapest prices. And you can also find things like vegetable glycerin as well as the castor oil in small amounts if you're just starting out at the grocery store and the pharmacy section. So that's what I recommend. Start small, start slow. Just use your basic list of ingredients, and you can buy your all of the equipment that you need literally at the grocery store. Anyway, this video is getting really long, and I'm sure you're getting bored just staring off into space at my soap studio. So if you made it this far, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a fabulous day.